It doesn't matter. I'll just stay on the player page again. I don't really care. Alright, am I live yet? I'd love to be live right now. Okay. My videos. Actually, yes, live. There we go. Alright. Test 1, test 2.
Test 3, test 4.
Alright, hold up. Give me one more. Test 1, test 2.
Test 3, test 4.
Flawless. Wonderful. Okay. So, now that that is done, and you are of equal volume to me, let's get out this bullshit. I still gotta do recordings for all my other fucking things too. I finished.
What other things you talking about?
I'm doing 5 different topics for this little recap. Interview, undefeated teams, divisional power rankings, quarterback situations, and best games of the quarter.
Nice.
Yeah, yep. It's not
How are
nice
you
considering I
determining
gotta watch
best
all of it.
games? Like the best one that you watched or the best one by
Yeah,
the box score?
it's got to be the ones that I watched, because even by box score, you can't exactly determine if something was a garbage time
Right.
score or not. Like your first game with the
True.
Raiders, I thought that was a great game. I was like, oh, I can't fucking wait to watch this one. But you were
Yeah, it
like ahead
wasn't.
2 scores pretty much. Yeah, pretty much the
Yep.
whole time. My Carolina game was, oh my god, legit. That was the first time I've ever seen like fumble troubles like that, and it was insane.
Your game against the, I want to say Niners, was probably my favorite so far.
No, me too. Like, the best part is I had PJ here just like hyping it up too, like just fucking screaming and shit as soon as I'd score and like come back and I toss that ball up to Evans and he's just like smacking the fuck out of my back and oh, it was fun. All right, just a second.
You can have all the sex you need.
All right, you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, awesome. Hello, I'm Damon. We got head coach of the Denver Broncos, Andrew Vallaire here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty all right. Excited to get this interview on underway. I would like to ask you, you were the top coaching candidate coming into this season. Why did you choose the Denver Broncos?
I'm a big fan of having a great pass rush to focus on my man blitzing, and there's nobody better in a 3-4 than Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. Having Philip Lindsay as an undrafted rookie on a cheap deal is icing on the cake.
Good to hear. Most head coaches, when they come in, they have a very specific focus on offense or defense. Would you call yourself offensive or defensive minded?
I would call myself more defensive minded. I definitely have some trouble at times calling the right offensive plays for the right situation.
Okay, that's good to hear. I imagine in which case you are happy building your offense so they can kind of rely on themselves, considering you did have a huge offensive overhaul this year, getting players such as Allen Robinson, Albert Wilson, Trey Burton, and most importantly, Mitchell Trubisky. What made you decide to trade for Mitchell Trubisky instead of rolling with Joe Flacco or the recently drafted Drew Lock?
Absolutely. Mitch is still on his rookie deal, and Joe was making closer to $20 million a year. So, from a business perspective, I'm saving money there to compensate at other positions. And I like a guy with some speed so he can compensate for broken plays if there is some poor offensive line play on any given down.
Helps you,
We
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we haven't run much with him this year. I believe I've got 9 rushes through 6 games, and some of those were kneel downs. But just the threat sometimes is good enough.
Yeah, it makes people really play for it, and when you still have an offensive line to build up, it's definitely good to have if you need it. But with all those holes, you found yourself in a predicament this year where you don't have any draft picks going into 2020. What is your game plan with continuing to build the team this year? Are you gonna try to trade for more draft picks, or maybe just worry about that in free agency?
Everybody's always on the trade block. Nobody's untouchable. I might sell some of the players I've acquired in the offseason to get some picks back. I might sell nobody and just rely on free agency maybe get a late round pick or two and roll with what I got. I think I've built a solid base for at least this year and the next year. So
Sure, Denver's happy to hear that. So far, 5 games into the season, you are ranked 25th in points per game on offense, 21st in points given up on defense, and 29th in turnover differential with -7. What would you have to say to the fans to tell them that these numbers are going to improve and how you're going to address that situation?
the biggest thing I would have to say is the wins are still coming, even though the numbers don't look pretty.
That's all that really matters, too. If it works out, it works out. You,
Exactly.
see, speaking of getting wins, you are in a pretty powerful division with the undefeated Chiefs and the 4-1 Chargers. How do you plan to minimize these teams and sort of take advantage, get the leg up in them on the division here in the next couple of years?
I can't worry too much about what the other teams can do. I can worry about what I can do. I made some improvements after my Chargers game. That's when I made the trade for Alejandro Villanueva and Mark Barron, and hopefully those players can assist me in getting a little bit better of a run game and helping out with some pass coverage on defense. I've got to be able to win the games where I only give up 14 points. That's the only test I've gotten in the division so far. I beat Oakland pretty handily, and I face the Chiefs next week, so we'll see if they're worth their undefeated record then.
Oh, I'm sure everyone would love to see that. That's probably something that the fans of the Denver Broncos are looking forward to with you having a high record. What else is something that the Broncos look forward to, maybe within the next coming 4 years or so?
We're probably going to overhaul everything. If not after this season, after next season, you're going to see a lot of new faces coming in. Trubisky could be gone when his contract is up. It just all depends on the situation at the time. And I think people are going to like what they see. We're in a hard division. I don't think we're going to have a repeat winner any of these years, so it's going to be tough. But we're going to have our turn, hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah, some the fans are they love the team and they love the game. They're probably going to be excited to see these changes and to see you improving this entire way. It was nice having you on here. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you the best this season.
No problem. Thank you.
Turn this off.